You guys travel a week from today. Are you sensing that the players are like picked it up or more fired up than maybe a week ago?
Yeah, I think there's an energy about them. We just started school this week, so they're still adjusting to, their schedules and getting done with practice and then getting treatment and then getting over for class and all that stuff. So we're only in day 3 of doing that. So they're a little bit, kind of stretched there. But I think after we get through this first week of school and everybody's adjusted, I think those guys are going to be locked and loaded, and they're just excited to start hitting somebody else in a different colored jersey. I think that's for sure.
Coach, you're about over 30 practices between spring and fall. Are you liking the adjustments the safeties are making to the new defense?
Yeah, they're doing a good job handling everything we're doing. We had a good fall camp and a lot of good on good action throughout camp, and those guys did a nice job of competing and getting better in the areas that we kind of noted for them going into the camp. And now it's about learning Colorado and their offense and their personnel and trying to make sure game plan wise we're sound there.
What are the strengths? What do you think the strengths of the safety room have been so far in fall and this spring?
Yeah, I think we got a really athletic group. Top to bottom, bunch of guys in that room that can run and cover. I'm excited about the gains they've made in the weight room, getting stronger, putting on weight, being more imposing. That was a point of emphasis for us this off season to be better, more physical group. So I'm excited about those things. When we get into the game time, it's about being able to run the show. Make the adjustments needed, communicate on the back end, and get everybody in the right spots and everything, and do that at a very high tempo. So I'm excited for what they're going to do next Friday.
Is there anything specific you would want them to work on?
Going into the game, right now, it's about learning the opponent. It's a new coordinator there, so we're kind of studying what he did at his last university. We're studying what he did at his university previous to that. We're studying their personnel there. So it's kind of a hodgepodge. We're looking at things, trying to hone in what we think they're going to do, as well as, some of the stuff that Coach Gillespie and Coach Buckles did at Tulsa. How may they attack our scheme. So we're kind of looking at all that stuff to formulate our plan. But, for the most part, we're just looking at making sure that we're in the right spot. We make the right checks. When it's our turn to make the play, we make the play, whether that's playing the ball in the air or making the tackle if we're unblocked.
Does the new coordinator negate Mark Perry's inside information on Colorado?
No, obviously that helps. Having somebody that was there, he knows the personnel. So Mark's done a nice job of helping us on our end, and then also helping the offensive staff with the personnel they got on that side of the ball. So there's no secret. There's no secret he was going to give us everything he knew about those guys. So that's good.
Is it? I guess in the age of the portal, I don't know if you run into this, but do you have to worry about guys like facing their old opponent? And
yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. But it's no different than if a coach leaves and goes to another university. He takes all that information. Being here for 10 years now. And when coaches would leave our place and go to other universities that were on our schedule or in our conference, they would take with them all that knowledge. So, it's just part of the game now.
But do you have to tell them, don't get too fired up playing these guys? Don't try to do anything extra.
No, I don't think so. I think Mark's specifically is mature enough to handle the situation, and I think as a group right now, our message to the guys is, hey, every game is important. We're not circling opponents. We're not making one game more than another. To be 13-0, first you got to be 1-0. So that's important for them to understand.
I know Bud got a little banged up at the end of camp, but what was he kind of showing you before that? I think the last practice we saw him, he had that pick six, or would have been a pick six. So what was he showing you before his camp?
Yeah, he's done a nice job handling a new position, and then really for me, he has ability and he has cover ability, and it's just about being in the right spot, getting your eyes in the right places, and he's done a nice job of being consistent in that. And if he can do that, his athletic ability is going to allow him to make a lot of plays for us. But the cover ability's there. He did a nice job in the weight room and in the off-season nutrition, getting up to over 190, and that's been a point of emphasis for him. So I'm excited for him and excited for the season for what we're going to see from him for sure.
Was there a huge learning curve for those safeties to learn this new scheme, Coach, compared to The
No,
4-2-5.
no, there was a lot of carryover. You know, we did a version of this defense in our sub packages under Coach Patterson, so there was some carryover there. But you know, for the most part, these guys have picked things up well. And you know, the biggest thing that we're trying to preach to those guys right now is just, hey, we got to play together, hunt together, get to the football. If speed is going to be one of the things that is going to be our calling card and our trademark, we got to make sure we're running to the ball every play. So that's been the point of emphasis right now the last couple of practices.
At SMU, Sonny really emphasized branding. You know, Dallas' team there this year. I mean, this year obviously TCU's DFW's Big 12 team. Sure. I guess how much of an emphasis has that been, and how do you, as coaches, use that in talks and recruiting?
Yeah, recruiting is a big deal. You know, especially here in the backyard. You know, we're a Power 5 program, and we're right here in the Dallas Metroplex. So it's one of the most highly recruited areas in the country. And if guys want to stay close to home and want to play every Saturday in front of 2 million on TV and allow their families to be able to see, you know, 80% of their games, this is the best place for them. You know, they just got to make that decision. And as a staff, we're preaching that, and we're really branding that for sure.
Do you think it helps the safeties and maybe just the defense in general to grow a little bit, getting a chance to face that offense every day and the talent they have?
Yeah. I mean, every year that we've had a good defense here, our offense has been really good too. You know, 17, 14, 15, even 12. You know, our offenses were pretty good those years and really good those years, I should say. And you get to see that every day. It makes Saturdays a lot easier, you know.